All right. Hey, gang, welcome back. It is Saturday morning. We do appreciate everybody that comes around for the Saturday morning shows. And obviously, your comments mean everything. In fact, a lot of, like I've said it before, your comment makes up the show. It is what we're all about here. So I do appreciate that. We're going to have some cool stuff to talk about. Some changes that we've made to the channel, some things that we've been doing, incorporating. Some of you already have saw that and have actually discovered it. So I'm actually going to here to say and bring it out in the open. So stay tuned with us. Okay, so let's go ahead and read through some of your comments. Um, also, I believe we are which I just checked on it because I gotta admit I'm actually really bad at doing that. But thank you guys very much. We are literally like 10 subscribers away from 70,000 subscribers. That is huge. You know, 4th of July marks I think we're coming up to the 4th of July. I always remember that. The 4th of July is the anniversary of the channel. That's the day we posted our very first video was on the 4th of July. Some people remember that very first video better than I do. But anyhow, that 4th of July is the first time we posted a video. It was in 2014. So we have been doing this channel for coming up here 11 years. We have been doing this and basically filming all kinds of stuff. Of course, back when we first started, the channel was at a different approach. We definitely did some different type of videos versus to what the format is now that we do here on the channel. But I do appreciate everybody. 70,000 is coming up here really quickly. I'm kind of really, I'm really excited to see that mark, that milestone where it turns into that 70,000. For us, that's pretty big. That's something never would have imagined. Like last week's show, literally got 51 thumbs up. That's just amazing to see that kind of numbers. Just jump up in there, and all the people that are actually watching these Saturday morning shows, and many of you, which many thanks, that has become such a part of your Saturday morning, and we do appreciate that. We're very honored to hear that. Really cool to hear also that our show is being listened to. Perhaps maybe when somebody's working out on the treadmill, maybe you're on a road trip, maybe you're on a flight, maybe you're delayed in an airport with a layover or something. So we appreciate that. We're glad that anybody can tune in and check it out. Maybe listen to some of our older shows. You may not be actually watching the video here, but you're tuned in, listening to the audio portion of this. So as we work towards getting everything, we definitely want to strive for improvement in what we do. So I mean, but we're making it by. We're doing things that we're doing. And of course, very special thanks to like the Crazy Scotsman for providing the the camera equipment and stuff for this one. My friend I carry one. He's got his channel. He provided a lot of the lighting and stuff like that. And, so we learn, we grow as we then definitely from when we first started the channel. So I'm going to go ahead and read through your comments, and then we're going to go ahead and talk about some cool stuff that I want to talk about real quick here. All right, so we don't have a whole lot of comments this week. Come on, people. Where's the comments? All right, well, first one up, we have Crazy Scotsman saying you know nothing is always you being modest. We both have been around and both blessed by folks much older than us who taught us and given us knowledge or the way to find out. Yes, we're talking about the industry. I used to be in the firearms industry for a very long time. I dubbed out of it, and you know what? I gotta say honestly, I'm glad I did. It was burning me out. So, but I don't know everything. I still don't. I just know things that I picked up over the years. And really why I picked up on it was honestly, I was tired of getting ripped off and taken for a ride. And some of that stuff I just shared with everybody else here on the channel because I didn't want anybody else to fall into that thing either. And a lot of stuff I like because it's just a cool factor of an old film or something. honestly, it just happens to be, older stuff that, could be collectible. My collection ain't worth a damn because most of everything I buy is flawed in one way or another because that's all I can afford. And of course, lately I've parted ways with the collection, so don't really have too much uh, cool show and tell for you. But anytime I get my hands on something I can photograph or video for you folks, I definitely don't miss the opportunity to do so. Okay, this one here is from Slim Fire. Morning, JW, and thank you for taking time to entertain us on Saturday morning. I always look forward to the talk show. I hope you have a great weekend. Thanks, Slim, and I do appreciate that, Slim. Of course, your comments and you being here means a lot to me and the channel and what we've been doing for all these years. So, really, thank you. This one here is from Joe P. Swig of coffee for Joe. For those of you that are doing this in the morning, I, on the other hand, have a glass of water, because it has turned into that time in the desert where the heat is on. The heat is on. And we're not talking about Beverly Hills Cop. um, but the heat is on, and it is starting to get full bore here. We're heading right into June really fast, and we're gonna start getting that heat wave coming up. So yes, water for me. All right, and this one here again. So Joe, good morning, JW. I was happy to hear you mention William Devine or Devane. I'm not sure how you pronounce his name. I like Rolling Thunder a lot, but when you think of Devane, I think of Space Cowboys, Hollow Man. Hollow Man's an excellent movie, by the way. I really like those type of twists on some of the like Invisible Man type deal. I'm actually really liking that latest Wolfman movie that they did because I like it when they kind of take the story, perhaps add something a little bit different, a twist to it. So Hollow Man was definitely a good favorite of mine. Although Kevin Bacon, he didn't do a whole lot of movies I like, but Hollow Man was definitely one of them. The other one, speaking of the Invisible Man, the movie Invisible Man, which is directed by the same director that did the Wolfman. I like that take on the new Invisible Man. I'm not much for remakes and modern production stuff per se, but some of the cool stuff has been coming around. The horror movies are getting better in some ways, some aspects, in others not. I'm actually looking forward to seeing The Ritual, I believe it's called, with a new one with Al Pacino in a Exorcist movie. Really? Looking forward to seeing that one. Hopefully it's not too bad. All right, and and Joe P is saying, has anyone else liked Hollow Man? What do you think? I did like the scene where I can't remember if it's, to be honest with you, I can't remember if it's coffee or blood that they throw on him to see where he's at. I always remember that. And of course, Elizabeth Shue is in it. So, I mean, who didn't grow up during the 80s? And anyway, my favorite is character in the Jesse Stone series with Tom Selleck. I will admit, people, I was not a Tom Selleck fan. I was a Burt Reynolds fan, or am a Burt Reynolds fan. All right. This one here is from KC Olif. Martin Scorsese's parents played in Goodfellas. The dad played Vinny, and mom played Tommy DeVito's mom. I've heard rumors about that. I may have heard it somewhere before. Honestly, I never really paid attention to that, but that's kind of cool. I know it. I know some people are going to be like, can't believe you're saying this, but Goodfellas is not really one of my favorites. Not really a big fan of that movie. I liked Casino better, although Casino was a bit gruesome at times. But yeah, I don't know. I guess Goodfellas, maybe it was just overplayed for me. I don't know. This one here is from Sean. Sean Lee says, morning, y'all. Coffee in hand is fine early morning and ready for the show. We appreciate that. DB says, top of the morning to everybody. Okay, so let's dive into some things I want to talk about here. Some things that maybe some people have noticed or not. I had discovered, and I'm not kidding you, shows you how behind in the times and everything I am. there is this section that I discovered on the channel called posts, and realized what you could do with it. Posting pictures with some text to it. So once I figured out how to do it, and I'm still kind of learning it, but it is kind of neat because it's a quick way for me to post something for you, trying to do it fairly often. If not, the attempt was to try to do it daily, although it does kind of prevent a little bit of challenge with time. But it was an easier way for me to post something for you folks, entertain you via pictures or text or something that I could type up there and kind of go through it. I'll actually read one of my excerpts from it. I did post some of stuff recently on Deer Hollow grips, so you definitely check that out. Also, some stuff like questions on like, hey, what hammer is this? And some people definitely chimed in there, so that was really cool. I did post this one up. Excuse me. This is about the my favorite style of 1911, and this is from the text that I wrote on there. And it says, I think it's easy to say in the 1940s. Let me make this bigger so I can see because I can't see all too well here. Okay, let me try to break this down over here. Okay, I think it's easy to say in 1940s, 1911, A1 is my favorite pistol. I say A1 because it's not the original 1911 per se World War I era. That's just added for the technical folks, which I am not. I'm definitely not a technical person. I don't really bother with the proper nomenclature of things. I just don't care that much. I'm not. It's not going to pay me any more money or anything like that. The business doesn't pay me at all, so I mean it's pointless. But the old green Parkerized 45 from the era when my grandpa proudly served during World War II, during the World War II time, is still the king of cool in my book. It oozes cosmoline and rocks its plain Jane look, outfitted with keys, plastic, reddish brown grips, and basic checkering. The markings set it apart from the civilian market, that what the civilian market had. And boy, you can see, and boy, when you see that it reads the United States property on the right side of the frame, it just adds to that wow factor. It's on the right side of the gun and the dust cover ahead of the frame. If you're looking at the World War I model, it was a Black Army, I think most of them are called. Tiny sights of the upgrades depending on how far along the 40s timeline that you see. The one photographed is in early 1940s as the older sights. It does have the matching serial numbers on the slide, the frame. Maybe in the first early 2 or 3 years during the 1940 to 43-ish, very early 43, I would say. Colt did mark serial numbers under the firing pin retaining plate on the back that would match the frame. So that one that we photographed, it was very cool to see that matching there. Something to remember about these old military 1911s is these guns are in a wartime era. They were never concerned about collectability or anything like that. And just to leave it off with one of the coolest quotes, I think, from Ken Hackathorn himself, is the first parts in the box are the last parts they'll leave. So kind of think about that a little bit there. All right, so anyhow, that's just a little sampling of some of the write-ups I've done there on the posts page. So check out the posts. We do pictures. In fact, we just took a picture of this one right here, and you're actually seeing that. Maybe some of you have actually seen it before you did the radio show here. I brought this out because it's one of the few ones that I got left. This is a Ruger Mark II, one of my favorites. This is actually because one of the reasons I brought this out was because I shot one of these when I was very young. It was at an indoor range, and I shot one of these, and it would have been a Mark II. And these are, to me, this is the best one. I know there's like four different variations out. The one is really cool. It's really a classic. It's the OG. My buddy has a Mark I. It's really cool, but I kind of favor the Mark II. I'm going to tell you a couple of reasons why. One of them is it has empty magazine here. On the last shot, it has the bolt hold open, which I prefer. I like that. Heel release. It's a European style heel release magazine. This is the standard model. So it's got the 4-inch barrel tapered. I'm not much into the bull barrel style. Really small sights. They did do the little bit of an indentation here, so in the back where you can pull the bolt back on the toggle handle or whatever you want to call it there. So this is just mine, and one of the major reasons why I like it. They're inexpensive. That's one of the major reasons I like it. I literally bought mine for $200. Um, Really cool. Mine came with the original box. It's a very vintage, early Mark II. I think I looked it up once. I think it's like in the early '80s. This one was done. So I don't like to call it too old because I'm from the '80s, and but I really like it. I'm a cheap shooter. Back when I shot a whole lot more than I definitely do now. I'm a cheap shooter. I don't like going to the range and pulling the trigger and watching dollars fly out of the ejection port. I'm not, or being popped out of a cylinder six at a time into a coffee can and watching a bunch of money fall in there. I'm a cheap shooter. Always kind of was like that. The only reason I got into or shot much of the bigger caliber stuff back when I used to, such as 45 automatic, 45 long Colt or Colt, whatever you prefer, 44 special, 44 Magnum, 38 special, all that kind of stuff, is because I hand loaded it. In hand loading, definitely I got into that for literally the original cost saving measures, just trying to save money on it and not trying to bust the bank, is because I was not, gifted or, privileged with a whole bunch of money to be able to just go out and, it doesn't matter. I'll burn a case of ammo, no problem. Didn't have that ability to do that. I still don't have that ability to do that. I still don't have the ability to purchase really cool stuff that's coming out that I would love to buy and love to have, but I gotta, just money situations wise, I just kind of refrain from doing so. Like I said, use the money for other things that I just, become more important in life now, so, and we've talked about that in past shows and everything. So it's not that, I don't want to, or don't, whatever. It's just, it's cool. But now it is more along the lines of, for me, it's like more like, yeah, like it, super cool, checked it out. Maybe I was able to, handle it and check it out. But a lot of times I just go, I can live without it, and have been living without, a lot of the stuff for over time. But other things, that, like I said, also too, like in life, do things that make you happy. It is very important, whatever makes you happy. Me, one of the things that I do that I really like doing is I like scouring old record stores and book exchanges and stuff like that, because I scour for physical media. I love vinyl records. I love DVDs, Blu-rays. I love that physical media. The older, the better. Like last week's show, we talked about Rolling Thunder. Rolling Thunder is such a great film written by Paul Schrader. Came out in '77. A film that threatens violence through the whole movie. It keeps you in its lapels, and it's just like it's grabbing you there, and it keeps you there through the whole movie, and it's insinuating something's going to happen. It's going to pop off. And eventually it does not disappoint you when things finally start to go south and the ultimatum happens. It's got a very Taxi Driver vibe to me. And as you guys know, Taxi Driver is definitely one of my favorite films, because of just the way it's done. It's the grittiness of it. It's that, just the whole time you just can't help but watch it. You're just like, what is going to happen? What's going to unfold here? So, watching that. On the other side of the scale, some funky, I say this, maybe lesser known horror flicks that I kind of picked up recently. One of them is called It Comes at Night. I gotta admit, I watched it when I first heard of it because I really wanted to see it, and I watched it when it first came out. I can't remember if it was good or not, so I bought it again, and I've been watching it. I'm trying to watch it. I haven't made it through it all the way yet, but don't remember if that was good or not. So I'm going to throw that one out there. I'm not sure uh, if it is or not. It's got the guy that's from the remake of the Wolfman. It's a little bit of an older flick, and what I mean by older, so I mean I guess to me it's not terribly old, but it's from a little while back. Um, the other one that I thought I'd pick up because it was interesting is the sequel to Vacancy. I don't know how many people saw the movie Vacancy. Vacancy has got an original idea that is just phenomenal. These people check into a rundown motel. As they're staying there, they see this bunch of VHS tapes and a VCR, and they pop one of these cassette tapes in the video cassette recorder, and then they start watching it, and they start realizing, like, what the heck? This is a bunch of people getting snuffed out in this very room. So really cool concept. First one had Luke Wilson and I believe Kate. I forgot her name. I'm sorry. Good actress, really good actress. But good movie, really good movie. So they made a sequel to it, and the sequel's not bad. I mean, it kept you entertained. It's not so terrible that it's like you're just screaming at the screen or wanting to turn the damn thing off. So it wasn't bad at all. So I throw that one out there. The other one, before we let you go here, is the Toolbox Murders, the remake. The original one was from the 70s. Really kind of a risky movie for its time, because if you ever seen the original, it's a little brutal. It's a little sick. It's a sick story. It really is. The remake, I think the story's better. Honestly, I got it handed to them. I think the story's better. It kept you wanting to see more, and in a sense, monster, if you will, or the killer, looked amazing. Looked good. So anyway, there you have it. Hopefully everybody has a good weekend this weekend. I will definitely, and keep an eye on the posts. We have been doing some post stuff there, so checking that out. And anyhow, I'll keep in tune, because I got some other stuff that I can't wait to show you, but it's going to have to wait till further down the line here, because I had to do a little bit of a delay things because of things going on. I am actually, you know what, but I'm going to tell you next time around. How about that?